You have big dreams. You can see yourself succeeding so clearly that the life you want feels almost real. You imagine the recognition, the freedom, and the impact you'll make. But then, when it comes time to actually do the work, you freeze. You wait. You tell yourself that tomorrow will be different. But when tomorrow comes, you do the exact same thing all over again. You are not alone. There is a whole category of people who are just like you. Ambitious but lazy, full of world-changing ideas but completely stuck in place. The worst part is the internal noise, that constant reminder that you are capable of so much more, yet you cannot seem to make yourself move. This isn't because you are a bad person or because you lack talent. It is about psychology. It is about deep-seated patterns in your brain that have been reinforced over years. The good news is that if a pattern was built, it can be dismantled. But first, you have to look honestly at the mirror and understand what is happening inside your mind. Let's look at what your life likely looks like right now. You wake up with the best intentions. Today is the day you finally start that project or take that first step. But the very first thing you do is reach for your phone. You start scrolling. You tell yourself it's just for 5 minutes, but those 5 minutes turn into an hour. Before you know it, half the morning is gone. You feel a bit sluggish now, so you promise yourself you'll start right after lunch. Lunch comes and goes, but instead of energy, you feel a wave of fatigue. You feel unmotivated, so you decide to wait until tomorrow when you'll have more focus. Then, at night, you lie in bed and the guilt hits you. You are disappointed. You know you wasted another day. In that moment of shame, you make grand plans for the next morning. You feel a temporary spark of motivation. But when the sun comes up, that feeling is gone, and you are back to the same cycle of avoiding the very thing you know you should be doing. Here is the psychological reality of your situation. You are living in a state of constant internal conflict. One part of you, the ambitious part, dreams of greatness. But another part of you, the primal part, wants to avoid discomfort at all costs. This part of your brain values safety, ease, and protection from failure or rejection. Right now, the part that wants comfort is winning. Not because you are weak, but because your brain is literally wired to avoid pain and seek pleasure. When you think about working on your goals, your brain doesn't see success. It sees effort, uncertainty, and the terrifying possibility of failing. To protect you, it offers an escape. It suggests your phone, a video game, or a snack. When you choose that easy option, your brain rewards you with a hit of dopamine. You feel better for a moment, and your brain learns a dangerous lesson. Avoiding your goals feels good. This is not just laziness. It is survival mode. Your brain thinks it is protecting you, but in reality, it is stealing your long-term happiness. Every day you choose comfort over action, you are building a habit of avoidance. You are teaching your brain that your dreams don't actually matter. Many people think the answer is more motivation. They wait for a feeling to strike them. But motivation is a feeling, and feelings are unreliable. You cannot build a life on something that comes and goes like the weather. You need systems. You need to understand that discipline isn't a gift you're born with. It's a muscle you build through tiny, uncomfortable decisions. Another wall you might be hitting is perfectionism. You have such a high standard for success that anything less than perfect feels like a failure. So you wait for the perfect plan, the perfect mood, or the perfect time. But perfect never arrives. Perfectionism is actually just fear disguised as excellence. It's an excuse to never start, because if you never start, you can't be judged and you can't fail. You're afraid that if you actually try and it doesn't work out, you'll have to face the idea that you might not be as special as you thought. It's safer to stay in the fantasy of what if than to face the reality of what is. But remember, inaction is the true opposite of success, not failure. Failure teaches you. Doing nothing leaves you exactly where you are. To break this cycle, you must accept a hard truth. You are probably never going to feel like doing the hard work. You have to do it anyway. Every time you act despite the resistance, you are rewiring your brain. You are teaching your mind that discomfort is not a threat. Start small, laughably small. Don't try to change your whole life tonight. Commit to 15 minutes of work or writing just one paragraph. Consistency is what builds lives, not intensity. You also need to fix your environment. If your phone is next to you, you will check it. This isn't a willpower problem, it's a design problem. Successful people don't have more willpower, they just have fewer distractions. Put your phone in another room, clean your desk. Make it harder to be distracted than it is to focus. Finally, stop consuming so much content about success. Watching videos like this can feel like progress, but it's often just another form of avoidance. Your brain tricks you into thinking that learning is the same as doing. You don't need more information, you need execution, except that your first attempts will be bad. Every expert started as a beginner who was willing to produce terrible work. Forgive yourself for the days you've wasted. Guilt and shame will not move you forward. Self-compassion will. Forgiveness gives you permission to try again without the weight of the past. Ambition without action is just a fantasy. Stop planning and start living. Take one small step today to show your brain you are serious. That momentum will grow, and eventually, the version of you that does the work will become the version of you that stays. You are capable of so much more. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Start right now.